Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Sticks. My name is Joe. I am here with two of my good friends. Today, we're going to be talking about some more Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The game released on Friday, and we have all played our fair share of hours. So, boys, how are we doing today?
Doing wonderful, sir.
Doing
Very
amazing.
excited to play some more COD when I can.
Oh, for sure. Are we always?
Yep.
All
Always
right.
ready to game.
All right, boys. So, we played collectively, probably together, at least, what, like 78 hours total between the three of us?
Hardly specific, but yes, probably.
About? I mean, Nova, you're
A good
what?
amount.
Second procedure already?
Yeah.
Healthy
I got
amount.
like 35 hours into it.
Yeah, all right. So, I mean, I'm first prestige about 18. Bren, you're about what? Like for almost first prestige.
Yeah, I'm about to prestige here.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been playing a lot. Have had a lot of fun this past weekend with the boys, having a fun time. For me, I mean, I haven't had like, I mean, this always happens, but I really think this has been a lot of fun the past weekend. I mean, we all had a lot of fun. We had a lot of. I don't think I've seen this many people in a Discord chat that we had this past weekend.
Yeah.
It
It was
was
chaotic, but it
insane
was
amount.
fun.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we had a full party of six for a good couple of hours.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, for my take, I'm really enjoying the game right now. Weapons are a lot of fun to use. They're pretty much all usable except a couple, which we'll get into that. The maps are okay. I mean, hopefully we get some good maps coming in December. The maps are pretty good. We got the zombies. I mean, zombies is for me a complete 10 out of 10. I've only played a few hours with it, but overall, it ain't too bad. Campaign, have not touched the campaign yet. Hopefully, maybe like this weekend, possibly, but there's too many games coming out to play, so we'll see. But overall, so far for the past week, I'd give it probably like a 9 out of 10 for what I've played. How about you, Nova?
Yeah, I would agree. It's up there. This is probably the first card in years that it actually felt like a card to me. And that's why I've been able to put so many hours into it. My two main complaints so far are the skill-based matchmaking, which everyone's kind of raging about.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
mainstream.
I feel like there's a lack of maps. I feel like 8 maps just isn't enough for like a full release, but we'll see when they release more maps in December.
That's for sure, Brian. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it's probably an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me as well. Trying to think when the last COD. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with this COD. It's not my favorite COD, but definitely feels like COD for real this time. I'm a pretty big fan of the Black Ops 3 engine, which this game is on right now. So it's not as like gunplay wise, it's not as smooth and crisp as Modern Warfare was. I got to give
I could agree with
Modern
that.
Warfare credit where that was due. Their gunplay was pretty much perfect, but this game's right up there. It's fun. I think all the guns are pretty usable, like you were saying as well, which is a big one for me because I'm one of those guys that when I play, I like to try and challenge myself with just random guns and try and perform just as good, if not better, than the lobby with just like a random gun. It's kind of fun for pubs for me. But yeah, I think I'm on the line with Nova as well with the maps. Feels a little lackluster right away for 8 maps only. But they are coming out with some more content in December. Nuketown's like the confirmed map, of course. Everyone's gonna play that. They're gonna have probably a Nuketown 24/7 playlist, is my guess, and then hopefully some either good remastered maps from like the original Black Ops series, or I'm hoping for like something original because I said there's only like 2 maps that I'm really big fan of. The one snowy map, the Crossroads map, and
They should do a
uh
24/7 of that map.
dude, for real, I
Yeah.
really enjoy that map, not just like in pubs, but like GBs. It's been a
That's gonna
really
be the
good
new
time as
Nuketown
well.
map, probably. To be
It's fun.
honest.
I really like it a lot. So they did good on a couple original maps. I like that one in Moscow. Is probably my 2 favorite maps in the game so far. But I would really enjoy having some variety in that section. But hey, who knows? December might come around a little quicker than we're thinking, and we might get some good stuff here soon. So that's what I'm hoping. But overall, I'm enjoying the game. It's really good. It's about 8 or 9 out of 10 for me. Love the zombies. We did or me personally with the group. I got to like around 35 or something. We tried to do the Easter egg, but failed multiple
Oh yeah.
times. But zombies is perfect for me. Best zombies I've played in a decade since Black Ops 1, 100% for me. So I'm really having a good time with this game, as you can tell.
That's for sure. For me, probably the best map out of all of them is for sure Moscow. I think for every game mode it plays very well. For domination, it plays good. For hardpoint, I mean, I think for a hardpoint it might be a little bit too big. I mean, because I was playing some
Yeah, some of the
pub
stuff goes
hardpoint.
deeper.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was playing the pub hardpoint, and you spawn way out on some hills,
Yeah.
like way
Like that
out.
hill in the back of the
Yeah, the back right corner where
yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean, yeah, you spawn hella out, and it takes like for competitive like that from get to there, and then there are gonna be people cutting off in between the lanes. So I mean, I think that map might be a little too big for hard point, but Garrison's
Either,
another. Go ahead, Nova.
yeah, I was gonna say either that, not that the map's too big, or just they have like a lack of spawn points. It feels like because you seem to spawn at the same spot like the
Yeah,
majority of the time.
yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, hard point's always been tricky, especially with spawn, because I know the pros they were doing their scrims already, and there was a map on Checkmate, and they were spawning on top of the plane or on top of the roof of the plane.
Really?
I don't know if you guys seen that clip. I
They
think
spawn on top of the plane? What?
not on top of the plane, but on top of the building of the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was Rocker and New York that were scrimming, and
Gotcha.
Attach posted a video, and they were spawning on top of the roof.
Jeez.
So there's already some buggy issues with hardpoint and spawn. So hopefully that gets fixed. But speaking of Crossroads, I kind of like it. I mean, I think it might be a little too open, but for S&D it might play well. I don't know. Brian, have you
Dude,
guys played it in GBs at all?
I made the guys because we some of the maps for S&D are complete garbage. I'll be honest. Most of them are complete garbage actually. So most of the S&D community as of right now that I've seen, I've only probably played like 6 or 7 game battles matches tops. But mainly it's Moscow, Garrison, Crossroads, maps like that are good, and people are playing those a lot. So for S&D, I think it rolls pretty good, man. It's got a couple lanes. It doesn't have too many crazy power positions. The corners are pretty good for baiting and switching stuff out, and the bomb sites are decent. So I don't know. It plays really good for S&D. I like it a lot. It's probably my favorite map in the game so far. That's like original, which I was looking forward to. I'm just like hoping like the guys that made the Black Ops games could make another like good original map, and I'm enjoying that one a lot so far.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the original maps from Black Ops 1 are pretty much pretty good from what I remember.
Yeah, dude. Summit,
Yeah.
freaking
Summit, Jungle,
Radiation,
Firing
even.
Range, Nuketown, like
Yeah.
all those maps were
Yeah.
really good. Like that
Yeah, they
game
did
as a
good.
whole for map, like that map came with a lot of maps too. I think
They
there was
had a
what
ton
like
of
10,
maps.
12 maps at launch.
Oh, easily. And then they had like 3 DLCs, something like that,
Yeah.
with even more maps. I
Yeah,
even
I know.
remember some of the DLC maps, man. Like they did a good job in that game, bro. It's one of my favorite games ever, to be honest. Black Ops 1.
Yeah, well, as of now, they have as for rumored maps, it's Jungle, Summit, and Firing Range that have been rumored to be coming out.
Ooh. I
What do
mean,
you
they got
guys?
those in Black Ops 3 though.
was
So do
gonna
you think
say,
it's
yeah.
going to be a lazy port, or do you think it's going to be like a complete remaster from Black Ops 3? Cuz those maps were in Black Ops 3. I'm positive. Almost all of them were. So I'm hoping, like I said, originality is what I'm hoping for, but I'm not gonna not play some of the best COD maps of all time, you know. So
Yeah, I think there'll be more of a lazy port kind of. I mean,
yeah,
unless
Probably.
yeah, unless they take their time with it and maybe change some things. But like we saw that with Modern Warfare, they put doors into Crash. Like what? But
yeah,
but,
that's it didn't even
yeah.
feel like Crash. I'll be honest with you, but
Yeah.
hey, that's a
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah.
convo.
In BO4, we saw some questionable things with the maps too. To be honest, with like the jungle flooded, like the
Yeah.
map variants, that really didn't.
I never really played those variant maps at all. Actually,
I wasn't a big fan of it. It didn't
Yeah.
flow
wasn't
as good as the classics, but
Like
hey.
they tried something that didn't work out, so hopefully they learn from it.
hopefully. But overall, the maps aren't too bad. But one thing that kind of been irritating me, I'm sure a lot of you guys agree, but the weapon leveling up system takes way too long.
I'm
does.
not like the big it is annoying, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's the biggest problem to have, cuz like I like to think of the Call of Duty life cycle. You know, it's the same every single year for most players, even hardcore players. You get super excited. You have the honeymoon phase for the first month, basically, and then you start going for your camos the second, third month, and then you hit max level whenever, pretty much, and then you kind of dwindle off the game most of the time. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Like leveling up all your guns taking a little bit longer than normal, even though it is annoying to get all the attachments unlocked like that. But I'm sure they'll throw some double XP weekends in here in the next week or so. I don't think it's going to be the worst thing ever, but I don't know. To each their own, I suppose.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing to being slow because it keeps you playing for longer.
Right.
But my main issue is because I experienced this myself because I want to try out all the guns. But if mine is only level 1 and I don't have anything unlocked, I'm not going to use it because it just can't compete with all the MP5s and M16s out there. I'll just stick with the guns that I have with my good attachments.
That's a fair assessment there.
Yeah, like I was trying to use the like the bot or the PP90. I don't know, I forget what it's called in this game. The Bulldog,
The
right?
Bullfrog.
Bullfrog. Bullfrog. Yeah. I was trying to use that gun, and man, that gun with like a lot of the guns with attachments are not that great. I mean, that's part of it, grind to get the attachments, but just like, jeez, like how am I supposed to compete with all these MP5s, the M16s, the AUGs? It's just too much.
Pain and suffering. That's what it is.
Straight
Dude,
pain
it
and
wouldn't. It
suffering.
really wouldn't be this bad if the skill-based matchmaking wasn't turned up to 200%. Because I feel like they do this on purpose for like a lot of the new players. This is like my prediction I was talking about on stream the other day. But like, I think they just crank this thing up, bro, to like 200 right away. And get all the hardcore players like us that play very regularly every year, and just like I don't know, kind of hold us off while the newer players are playing with the newer players. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes sense. Cause like when I'm like playing by myself, dude, it's not the worst thing in the world. But like sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm in a scrim, bro, for real. Like I just don't understand why they jack the skill based matchmaking up so much because it is very noticeable.
Yeah.
I think like the first day it wasn't too bad, but after everyone got all their levels, everyone got used to the guns and everything. After the first day, it was bad. Like, I mean,
It's really bad.
I had to really try. I mean, I don't mind trying, but like every game, every single like last night, I mean, we were chilling playing COD, and I mean, I was tired as heck. I was drained, and like, especially after a long day of work from today, I don't want to come home and have to like put my big boy pants on and really have
And
to
it goes
try.
back to the conversation where you have a ranked playlist. It's very simple. You know, if you want to compete, you know, it'll take some of the like sweat lords out of pubs. You know what
Ah,
I'm saying?
I don't know
A
about that
good
one,
amount of
but
them.
a
I
good
don't know
amount of
about
them,
all of
yeah.
them, but like it'll scratch certain people's fancy where you're like, oh, I want to try and go for rank here. I can try really hard and you know get something cool here. I don't have to play pubs all the time. Just gives more competitive players something else to do. But
Yeah.
who knows when we'll get that? Honestly,
If we even get it.
I think we might get it. Like Joe was saying last week, prediction wise, I think we'll get it like either the weekend before, or the week of the first CDL tournament. That's a pretty good guess.
Well, we had Von or Scump tweeted out saying why he said like something in the tweet like why doesn't Call of Duty launch with a ranked playlist, and like Vondahar replied saying he should have said like, oh, I hope Treyarch's making a good ranked playlist. So hopefully that's true, and hopefully they're actually making one, which I assume they are, knowing them.
I mean,
But
Vondi and his team made the best ranked playlist of all time, so I don't see why they wouldn't have at least some sort of a playlist that they want.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't count it out quite yet, but give it some
yeah,
time, maybe a little bit before
yeah. But
the CDL season.
hopefully SBM as a whole. I mean, was it this bad in Modern Warfare? I don't believe it was.
I feel like it wasn't.
I feel like it wasn't as bad, but I also didn't enjoy pubs a ton in that game,
Yeah,
so
me
I didn't
neither.
really care if I was getting destroyed or not. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Didn't Warzone have skill based matchmaking to some extent,
oh
right?
yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
yeah.
So, well, I love Matty J. I love you, buddy. Shout out to Matty J. But when he started, he started getting into gaming again this year because of Warzone. And obviously you could play with your PlayStation and Xbox buddies, which is awesome. Cross platforms, incredible, so much fun. Um, I started playing with him, like we would play dubs and stuff every now and again, and he would invite me, and I would play in straight up bot lobbies. Like, no offense to those people, but I mean, it was nothing compared to what I would play against, like a solos game in Warzone. It was honestly night and day. So there's 100% skill because if I'm going from dropping 20 to 25 kills almost every other game with my friends that are on console starting to play for the first time, and then I go play with like you guys per se, where we're a little bit better than the average player. I mean, the games ain't like that every game. That's all I'm saying.
Nope.
So there's definitely some sort of dial. I don't think it's as strong as like it is in Cold War, but there definitely is some sort of a dial that is there. So that's my
Yeah.
experience with
I
it.
know I know in Warzone people, especially in tournaments, but you played a lot of tournaments in Warzone, Brian. People like
Mhm.
made separate accounts, right? To
Yeah,
get
we
it
got. Uh, we totally didn't do anything like that, but I heard, I heard, yeah, you because it's like a skill based matchmaking thing. You have to have a certain amount of like, how do I explain it? Like, there's different divisions in these tournaments, and for each different division, there's a capped KD limit so that you're playing against your skill level. So if that doesn't scream super high skill based matchmaking, or not super high, but high skill based matchmaking, I don't know what does. If you have to divide certain whatever kill to death
Yeah.
ratios in a battle royale game, that I think that's a problem because back in the day, I don't remember H1Z1 or PUBG or any of these like
Nope.
old school BRs having any sort of skill based matchmaking. Like you would run into really good players, but you'd also run into new players. That's kind of the beauty of BRs. You want to like be the last one surviving and beat everyone else that queued up at the same time as you. But I don't know. Those days are long gone now, I think, since it's a very mainstream. So it's hard to say if skill based is ever going to be out of those types of games anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially like the really high end AAA developer battle royale games that are going to be coming out because that seems to be where the money's at.
Yeah, getting away from skill-based matchmaking, I mean, talking about gun balance, I think that's one of the main issues. I mean, they already put out an update for the MP5. They've reduced the damage at range, so that's a good
Like I
sign.
said that they needed to do that. That thing was woo.
I,
It was
I
a
mean,
miniature AR, like you were
It
saying,
really
Joe.
was, yeah.
like Nova, you tweeted out this morning. You don't have to use. Everyone doesn't have to use an MP5.
Yep. Every lobby I get into is just like 6 MP5s and I'm
So
trying to
here's a
snipe at these kids and
So here's a question for you guys. Why do you think people gravitate towards like the best guns in the game always? Like most people. Why do you
well,
think that is?
I would say the MP5 is kind of an odd one out because it's the first gun you really unlock and everyone starts using
That's fair.
because you unlock all the attachments and you then keep using it and keep using it. It's like a cycle. But
But after that, like once you level
after
it
that,
up,
yeah.
just like performing better, do you think it's something
Yeah,
to
I
do with
guess
that?
that's it.
Just
That's for
competition?
yeah.
Hmm. As dude, back in the day, I remember just playing COD just to play it. I feel like everything's a competition now, dude. I don't know.
When you have skill-based matchmaking, it kind of is.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
Yeah, but hopefully, I mean, the MP5 got nerfed. I mean, I haven't played it yet, but hopefully it's not, because at range that gun was straight beaming people. I know they put like a small little recoil to it, which is good to see, but I think they need to buff some of the other SMGs, like the 74U. I think they need to buff that. I think the fire rate or the damage is too low. If they bump that up a little bit, I think it'll be a good competitive gun. The Milano was literally disgusting in the beta, and they butchered my baby. I'm so upset about that.
They went out hunting, shot it in the head, and then
Dude,
butchered
that gun
it
was so
same
much fun to
day.
use.
It was a fun little gun because the Uzi's, it's the Uzi, by the way. I don't care what any of you say. It's the freaking Uzi. Anyways, that shiz, the Uzi's never been good in any game. I swear. It's been trash in every COD we've ever played. And I'm like, the Uzi's going to be a good gun this COD. Just that shiz got nerfed instantly, bro.
Dude, it was
It
so
was
good in the beta.
brolic, but it was pretty brolic. But I don't know. I'm complaining like I can't get 2 and 3 KDs in pubs. You know what I'm saying? But like some lobbies, I legitimately cannot get a KD like that. Not that it's all about KD, but like using any gun and doing decent with that, that's kind of like my bread and butter with pubs. I like to just use random classes and level those up and do well with like just a random fun gun without having to use the meta guns. That's like what I really prefer doing in public matches. But it's
See,
hard to do it in this game, man.
I
If you don't
think
have a
the
FAMAS class or
oof.
a MP5 class out in your arsenal, you're doing it wrong, evidently.
I think the problem is right now in the SMG category specifically, there's only one main SMG to use, the
Yeah.
MP5.
Yeah, that is true. Nothing even comes
100%.
close to it, I don't think.
Well, the Bulldog ain't bad. Nova, you were pretty frying with that, dude. You got what, like 80 kills?
Yeah, I did.
It is decent when you get attachments on it. I used it
Exactly.
in GBs just to mess around with it, and I got a nice little 1v3 clutch. It was pretty
Ooh.
nice.
But the Bulldog just doesn't have the power that the MP5
It
has.
does not.
Has a nice like iron sight, good amount of ammo, good fire rate, but the damage is just, especially on range, it just isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, so SMGs, I think they all need to be buffed, or not. The MP5 doesn't need to be buffed, but I think overall, other than the MP5, I think we need to like have a damage buff or a fire rate buff or whatever they want because it needs to happen. But for the ARs, I think they're pretty much all usable, to be honest.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I've used every AR besides whatever the Type 21 looking gun is, the Q
Oh,
something.
I have
or
not
other.
used that at all.
I haven't used that one yet, but I've
even that's
used.
still usable.
Okay,
Have you used it,
that's
Nova?
good.
I got it to level 30 or something, but yeah.
Okay, okay, level 30. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sheesh. Only level 30, dude.
But
I think my...
the M4 you started with is pretty good. Then you got the AK, which pretty much everyone has thanks to the thing you get with the pre-order. I mean, the AK fries, the FAMAS fries. So I
One of
mean,
the
they're all
best
pretty
guns in
good
the game.
guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I do like that.
Yeah, I think the FAMAS is gonna get a nerf.
I don't think
really
so.
feel like
It's
it really
it's a
needs nerf.
great gun. I don't think it hits all categories. Like it's good at range. It's pretty decent up close, but like you can't play it like an MP5 because like I think the reason the MP5 got a little bit of a dial back too is because you can play it at range, or you could play it at range, and you can melt up close, and it didn't have that kick that the FAMAS has. Because the FAMAS has that kick, even with all attachments, it's got really,
Yeah.
really good kick on it. So you can't necessarily beam with it every gunfight unless you're really hitting all your shots. So I don't know. I feel like the FAMAS is in a good spot. Most of the guns are in a pretty decent spot, to be honest.
At least it's not like the Black Ops 1 FAMAS.
Tesh is two bulleted. Good old days. Little
But
red dot. Little red dot
oof,
hardened pro on the FAMAS, wall banging kids on
dude.
firing range. Not that I would ever know, but that's funny.
Yeah, I think the AR is a good place right now, but the one thing that's been getting a lot of fire lately has been the snipers.
Oh,
Like,
Nova, go
jeez.
off.
Like, I mean, we have a bunch of pro players literally like taking shots at the sniping community, like no hold back. Crimsic Sensor, like just totally bashing the sniping community. Then you got Pamaj coming in, standing his ground. Like, no,
Can I
you've
say
been.
something before Nova goes off here?
Go ahead.
I gotta lay a foundation out here first. The competitive community is playing a completely different game than like your casual pub player or whomever is playing. It's a completely different game. So I can see where the competitive guys are saying the sniper is ridiculous because they're 4v4. It's a completely different game in Search and Destroy with said sniper that can zoom in decently fast and has good firepower. But I mean, at the end of the day, that is a sniper. You shouldn't even be peeking certain angles with a sniper. So I think that the game needs to kind of like ferment a little bit until we make any huge changes to the snipers that haven't already happened since the beta. Because the snipers aren't insane. They're not insane, but I still think they're good. They're still fun to use in pubs. I still use them, but I don't think they're broken in game battles matches quite yet. We kind of got to let it settle a little bit. So, anyways, go on, Nova. Whatever you're gonna say.
I mean, okay, let me say this first. The snipers aren't as bad as people make it out to be. They really aren't, aside from the 50 cal, because that thing is just unusable. But if we're talking about the main two snipers that people use, that's still decent enough to use in public matches. Because that's all I'm going to talk about, because I haven't played competitive at all. Um,
I mean,
if
to
you
be fair,
look,
most of the snipers play public matches, so I mean,
yeah, 100%. Because like the thing is, for the first like 5 days, it's been out. All the everyone in the sniper community is like complaining about how slow it is. 'Cause if you look at like the numbers for how slow the scoping speed is compared to other Call of Duties before this, like the
oh, I
fastest
saw it.
sniper yeah, the fastest sniper in this game is slower than like the L96 in BO1.
That chart, yeah, I was gonna say that chart that you retweeted on Twitter, Nova. I looked at it and I'm thinking to myself, where's the L96A1? Because first of all, that's my favorite gun in any Call of Duty. Second of all, that was the slowest sniper and the hardest sniper ever to use in any Call of Duty ever that I could remember, and that's why I loved
Yeah.
it so much. But that sniper, that the slowest one I was talking about in Black Ops 1, is faster by a significant amount than the sniper rifles that are in this game. So I can see where people are coming from. Is it frustrating? Yes, of course. But I've even used the snipers myself with little to no attachments for like ADS speed and stuff like that. You can definitely play well with a sniper if you're, if you know what you're doing. It's really not that bad as people make it seem, like Nova was saying.
No, and there's also a big difference with now is Call of Duty being crossplay. Is that you run into a lot of PC players, like mouse
It's
and
way
keyboard
easier
players.
on the PC.
It's so much
It's night
different,
and
so
day.
much easier. Sometimes a red gunner and controller, you get smoked by a sniper, and you're like, what happened? Just what it is. But
You can turn that off on console, right?
Yeah, if I was on console, I'd turn it
So
off.
just
So
turn that
fast.
shiz off. What's complaining about? Unless you have a lot of friends on playing on PC, I get that, but like, then stop complaining. It's just part. It's part of the game, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But to be honest, a lot of what the thing these competitive players are complaining about is mainly the aim assist, and not necessarily the snipers being like slow or too fast for that matter. But it's just the aim assist. Apparently, it kind of like locks on to people without really doing anything. So I can see where they're coming from if it's like really broken for S&D and stuff. But
S&D, I can see where they're coming from, but for them to completely nerf it just for that particular reason alone, I don't think that's enough for a case for the snipers to just be completely just gone like that, pretty much. So
that's the way they're putting it on Twitter. It's like it needs an ADS nerf, it needs a fire rate nerf, it needs like all these nerfs, which really aren't.
Can't they just GA that? Can't they just GA that? Gentleman's agreement, by the way, for those that don't know.
Yeah, right. Good luck with it. There's already a leaked GA list out. Have you guys seen this?
I haven't seen the GA list yet. It's probably a whole
Let
thing,
me find
bro.
this. Let me find
because
this is mind-boggling.
For those that don't understand what GA is that are listening, or like how it works, basically, gentleman's agreement is like a term used in the competitive COD scene, or most competitive FPS games usually, where there are certain like said guns, perks, attachments, and different things that you can abuse in said game that are agreed on gentleman's terms. So they're not in the rule book necessarily, but you agree on a gentleman's agreement to not use or do that said thing, essentially. So that's what Joe is talking about. And he pulled up a thing
as we see here, if you guys have open, I'll put a link in the show notes in the podcast. But as of right now, apparently this is what the GA list as of the gentleman's agreement list as of now. So one, no gearhead. I agree with that. I think
that's a good one.
That's a good one. I mean, it's probably going to be banned when the rule set comes out, I'd assume. But who knows? For people that don't know, gearhead pretty much makes your recharge rate on your what are they called now? Your specialist things.
Field upgrades.
Yeah, field upgrades. Yeah,
field upgrades. Yeah.
They double the thing for the field upgrades. Lawbreaker, no overkill. So no overkill, obviously, which has been always in pretty much every COD, I think, except like Black Ops 3. You ever use overkill?
Yeah, it's always usually.
Yeah. So 2 trophies. I mean, I think that's fair. I think especially if you have multiple people running 2 trophies per class, that's ridiculous.
There's just no utility checks.
There's no utilities.
It's not very competitive.
Because trophies in pubs are all over the place. Insane.
They are so good.
Like Nova, have you seen how many trophy systems are in like the game modes at all?
Oh, it's insane. Any nade or stun you throw, it just bop, it's gone.
I'm gonna start using the
It's
tomahawk, man. Like
Dude,
at this point,
join the
Honestly.
brothers. That's all I use, dude.
at this point, you can't throw a Semtex or a stun without
Nope,
your shit getting
you really
knocked
can't.
out of the sky. So I might start using the tomahawk and just saying "Fuck
I
it."
was using them in GBs. I got a couple people with
Okay,
Oh no,
there is
dude, Bren, you
one
gotta
good
clip
thing about
that.
him.
What?
Because I stuck someone earlier with a Semtex. He ran to his trophy system, and
No,
a
and
trophy
it blew
system
up?
killed him.
Wait, it killed him?
No.
He died to his own trophy system.
That's funny, dude.
Oh, that's cool. So no two trophies, two assault packs, but can't use them. So if you guys don't know, the assault packs are pretty much ammo you can pick up off the ground, which I don't really see why they would use them. So I mean, it's kind of understandable. This is a pretty interesting one, I think. They have one respawn or one smoke and respawn and two in S&D.
That's very, very specific.
Yeah, like I
I
mean,
can understand limiting it in S&D.
but respawn, like,
Respawn? I don't know why they would limit it in respawn. I mean, I haven't played here. Let me put this out there. I haven't played any competitive respawn. I'm an S&D guy. I don't compete at a high level anymore, so I'm pretty much set on just search and destroy. It's more fun for me. But usually in respawn, that's not too big of an issue. Smokes haven't been very good in many games in the last couple of years for Call of Duty. They're either too good and they're banned, or they're really good and they do the GA stuff. But it's interesting. I haven't played any respawn in this game, so I'm not really
I
familiar
mean,
with the
I haven't
maps
even
and how
thrown a
they.
smoke yet, to be honest.
Me
Like,
neither.
I mean,
have you guys seen a smoke, Nova?
I've
Have you
seen
a
it
smoke
in
out?
game.
I've seen a good amount. They're pretty like the area, the radius is pretty big. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
It's
So
like the
maybe that's
COD
why.
ghost. It's like the COD ghost smokes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
rest in
I
peace,
guess.
Fizzer.
Oh, rest in peace. But yeah, if you keep looking at the GA list, a little further down, you see the no thermals. So I guess that kind of like plays in with the no smokes or less smokes.
Yeah,
That's
well,
always
I
a
mean,
tactic.
then they'd have to use cold blooded, which is I think perk 1 or perk 2. So,
Yeah.
because perk 1 is like perk 1 and perk 2 or perk 3 are like crush perks. Because in perk 1 you got flak jacket, attack mask, and cold blooded, and in tier 3 you got gung ho, ninja, and ghost.
Mhm.
And then perk 2 is pretty much trash at this point. Honestly, there's really nothing good except like scavenger and gearhead, but who knows. But next on the list, I mean, this has been a big thing. I think we pretty much pointed this out the past weekend. The tac rifles are literally OP
How
as
long
shiz.
was I using the AUG in pubs, bro? Like for real. I think I have that shiz like almost level 30 now.
All right. All right. So that clip that Nova sent us, Bren, that we were talking about before,
Oh yeah, bro.
insane. For people who don't know, I'll put this clip in the show notes too. But this guy literally one bursted at least like 10 people in a row. 10 people, one burst of 10 people in a row. That should not be acceptable.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. And it's just not the M16, it's also the AUG. The AUG,
AUG
as
is-
of right now, the AUG is banned on some tournament websites because it's that good. That good. So I think the tac rifles will get a fire rate nerf at least, and possibly a damage at range nerf. Either one would be sufficient, I believe. What do you guys think for the tac rifles?
I think it's a
Um,
very good call right now until it gets balanced, and then
Yeah.
maybe consider it into like a GA agreement. But right now it's way too easy to use, and it's just way too much damage at all ranges. To be honest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was using the AUG one. I used the AUG in one game on satellite, and I was cooking people with it at first. I'm like, geez, this gun is insane. And then after like a while, I mean, it wasn't too bad to use. I think if you have a really goddamn good connection to the game, you're gonna be one bursting people with that, and your shots will hit. But I think on land, attack rifle is gonna be absolutely broken. I really do.
Hmm. Yeah.
But who knows with that? I mean, what you have the M16 and the AUG, and then you have what the single shot ones, right?
Yeah, the Type
Those are
36
always
and the
banned.
MK14.
Yeah.
Always banned.
I mean, I haven't even tried the MK14. I kind of want to try it. Who knows? It might be like the FAL from Black Ops 2.
Nah, I can
Shit's
guarantee you it's
broken.
not.
Well, as of right now, they're GAing no streaks, which I think is a bad idea. I
You
mean,
like streaks, huh?
well, let
You
me
think?
get this. Wait, I like the streaks in this game, but the way you get the streaks is my main problem.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you
like
should explain to people how the streaks
okay,
kind of
yeah.
work for
So
those that don't exactly
so
know.
compared to other games, whereas you stack your kills. So I mean, 3 kills you get your UAV in a row, 5 kills you get your missile in the air, whatever it is in that game, and then 10 kills you get your chopper gunner, 12 kills you get the Harrier or gunship, the AC-130 gunship, and then 25 you get your goddamn nuke Moab or whatever. But now, they roll over when you die. So it seems to me at the end of every single game, everyone gets kill streaks. Like
Yeah.
I think
Just
we're
rains
just
hell for like
rains
2
to the
minutes.
heavens. You got your helicopters coming, you got your missiles coming, you got your artillery systems coming, you got sentry guns being placed on the map. So, I mean, I think it needs to be dialed back. I mean, I think they didn't make it. If you die 3 times in a row, then goodbye. But
Or
as of
just
now,
lower the multiplier on it because I don't know. I feel like it's weights. Like I could use almost any gun, and if I play passive with it, it doesn't even matter how good I do with it. You know what I'm saying? I could get kill streaks by just playing and capping objectives, even if I'm not performing well.
yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
point.
I think that's a problem. But cater to the casuals like usual. It's usually how it goes. So
Yeah, I mean, overall the kill streaks are hella fun to use. I mean, the cruise
Yeah.
missile is probably the funnest we've had since the Hellstorm missile.
yep,
That's a lot
Yeah.
of fun to use. The
the
hell,
RC car is a freaking nuke.
I haven't even used it yet.
Dude, it's actually ridiculous the blast radius on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets nerfed at some point. It's that good.
I do
Yeah,
have to say some maps are really bad for like kill streaks, especially the missiles
Moscow.
and stuff. Like Moscow, Checkmate, Armada is pretty bad too.
That map's awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's not that bad. Come on.
And the map itself isn't awful, but for kill streaks it is.
Yeah, for kills, I think it's too, I mean, you got the central hub of the map in the control area, and you got the windows looking out. That's always a pain in the butt to deal with. But
Yeah.
other than that, it ain't too bad. But I think for the kill streaks or score streaks, whatever they're calling them nowadays, I think that needs to be revisited because they said they were going to take a look at all the data and everything from the first weekend back a few months ago. So hopefully there's some changes to that come season one or come the mass next patch update, which I think they said is gonna be coming when season one comes out. So when all the new maps come out and the new weapons, which will be kind of cool. For new weapons, what do you guys want to see? Because I know they were saying they're going to add some old weapons back to the game.
I definitely want to see some more SMGs.
Yes.
Then
The
again,
Kiparis. Bring the Kiparis back, all right? That's what I
is it
want.
maybe not like a weapon thing I want to see, but
The
I wanna see
MSMC.
more,
Oh,
oh,
jeez.
MSMC would be amazing. But like attachments that change like things to like either burst or full auto weapons, or like single fire, like make the AK a single fire weapon. Like I always love those attachments to like switch it up, but yeah, I don't really have those in this game.
Yeah, there's really no cool attachments anymore. I think before you always select fire for guns, rapid fire. Is there even rapid fire in this game?
No, there are certain
No.
attachments that like I think barrels that upgrade your fire rate.
Yes.
At least for snipers, I know.
there are
that's the
for
case.
those marksman rifles as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I have
that's-
one of
that's
those on
pretty
my
much
log right
anything.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for DLC weapons, I think more SMGs, like Nova said, more ARs. I mean, they could add 1 or 2 snipers. I think would be cool, like some brand new snipers or some old ones.
Well, we're just gonna need a buff on the 50 cal.
Dude, that 50 cal zoom and speed is terrible.
See, but the thing with that is, I would be okay with the slow zoom in speed, but the fact that it still hit marks people, it probably has less damage than the Pellington, which is probably the worst part about it.
I don't know how they make you unlock that gun at 54 and it's an absolute trash bag.
Oh well,
Yeah.
see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, the shotguns aren't too bad in this game. What do you guys think about that being them being
Uh,
secondaries?
Do I
yeah,
pull a
shouldn't be.
Crim 6? Shotgun, or how does he talk? Yo, shotgun shouldn't be allowed in Call of Duty. Which I don't like shotguns that much. They're fun to use, but they are really frustrating. Like, I find myself complaining about a shotgun more than a sniper rifle. Like, honestly, if I get shotgun close range, or like even like far range with the spaz, bro, or whatever it is in this game, that makes me so mad.
I don't think people. I was watching Nate Shot stream and he was using the Spas in the Rocker. They were doing that 6v6 tournament. And I don't know if it was Nate Shot, but damn, he was not doing good with that gun.
It was boo boo.
It was pretty. It looked like a pretty big like. Hitch on the other team was using the pump shotgun, and he was pretty much roasting with that. But I haven't used any of the shotguns yet, so I kind of want
You
to.
know,
neither.
real quick, can we talk about the tournaments being pro mod? Because I saw Pamash tweeting about it.
Wait,
That'd be
there's
fun.
pro mod
Yeah, they would.
tournaments.
They
Yeah,
were doing pro
Rocker did
mods.
one. Yeah, you didn't see? Yeah,
Dude,
I was so
that's
yeah.
yeah.
Brent Rocker was doing them, so they had one SMG, one AR, shotgun, sniper, what else they had? The tac rifles
LMG tech
and
rifle.
LMG. Yeah,
bro. That I mean, though, for those of you that don't know, that's how I kind of got into like competitive gaming, I guess. Because I used to watch pro mod montages way back in the day. Shout out Fantasy and the boys across the pond on the EU. I grew up watching those montages. That in like, it wasn't Quake, but it was a game like Quake that I used to watch way back, and a little bit of like Team Fortress. So like those games, bro, on YouTube and the montage scene way back. Like this is the early 2000s when this was going on. But dude, the pro mod stuff was like the coolest thing I ever saw. I was like, wait, these guys are using a sniper, an AR, SMG all in one game, like, and they're dedicated roles. I thought that was the coolest thing, and they would always have these crazy clips and stuff. It's good times, man. It's the
yeah.
OG days.
I was watching the Rocker tournament for a little bit. It looked like it was a lot of fun. Afterwards, a lot of the pros were not liking it, to be honest. I mean, which is kind of to be expected, but I mean, it was pretty fun for the viewers to experience. I think to see 6v6 and actually have everyone use a different gun. I mean, not make it like
Yeah,
it's
it makes
like
it more. I don't know, something different every now and again. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it's nice to change it up.
yeah. I just can't wait for when they add more maps, man. Like I think like like they were playing on some of the maps for the 6v6 pro mod and like a lot like just all the choke points on the map are crazy and they were playing on I think Garrison and all like the open lanes on that map and everything. It seemed like it was just like because there was three guys. They had the AR, the LMG, and the sniper just posting up, picking people off. They had they Enable was sniping with a sniper, and he was in the back. Like you guys know the back tank on Garrison,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just sitting there, and he got like 5 kills, 1 round of S&D. I'll send you guys a clip, but it was hilarious. But we'll see. I think the game's in a great state right now. Other than some of the guns that are broken, I think we're in a good space in the game for what's more to come.
Yep, I think the the only way that I play pubs the entire year is if they're adding some decent maps, honestly. Like I don't mind these maps, but I'll be honest, they're probably not going to hold me over for an entire year of COD if I want to casually play pubs, to be honest. So,
I think I'll say this for pretty much every card player is that we don't want pretty maps. We just want 3 lane maps. That's
yep.
really all
I
we
think
want.
I think some 3 lane maps are terrible. Like you look at the Modern Warfare maps, they were pretty much all 3 lane map.
Well, Modern Warfare's game style just made the maps different, play different. With the spawn
Yeah,
system and the slowest play style, every map just plays different than it would in this game.
It's a good point.
yeah. I think right now the play style of this game is it's like somewhat fast paced, but it's still slow.
Okay, I do have to say this with this like the kill streaks being like continuing if you die, it makes like more people run around the map instead of camp for kill streaks. That is one good thing I'll say about it.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, but I mean, you could still get your kill streaks by camping around a little area.
Yes,
And
true.
there's still the kill streaks, but if you die, you still have to go out and get more kills. So it's not too bad to that extent.
But yeah, overall, I think We got ourselves a good year if things are played out right. If some weapons end up getting a little more tuning, some of the ARs get a little more tuning. I think
When do you guys
honestly,
think?
it's
When do you
yeah,
guys think the next update will come out? Possibly for update for the game.
this week.
I don't think that soon.
They might. They might throw out some what you
I
call
think
it.
they should really take their time with the updates,
What do you mean by update? Are you saying just like a
like
gun
weapon,
tweak
like
or
the gun
like
tweaks, like a gun patch.
a gun patch? Probably in 2 weeks or so.
I think they'll
2 or
release the
3
gun
weeks
patch when season 1 comes out.
right before it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's like
That's pretty realistic.
how are they gonna incorporate these guns into Warzone too? That's another thing.
I guess we'll have to go down that road when it comes around because like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down. I still love Warzone. I haven't played it in a couple weeks just because obviously the new COD's out and I want
I don't want to play it
enjoy.
till till the December 11th when they join up with it. To be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting for. New season, I'm assuming then, and then it'll be integrated with Cold War. So it should be interesting. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think overall we have so far it seems like it's gonna be a good year ahead of us. With how much support Treyarch has shown over the past years, especially in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 4, I think it's gonna be a pretty good year. I hope so. I mean, because we got no development support last game, literally none. So
And just what blows my mind still is just like Treyarch straight up took this on a whim in under a year and a half and made a pretty decent game. I'll be honest. They made
yeah,
a pretty
people are
decent
saying
game.
it's like an exact clone of like Black Ops 3, and I'm
But
like,
it's really not at all. I mean,
it's not.
also it's the same engine, so it's gonna feel similar. I don't think people even know that. Like for real, they don't even know that it's on the same
People
engine.
are roasting this game because it's an older engine compared to Modern Warfare.
Bro, just because it's an older engine doesn't mean anything, bro. There's a what's the stupid engine that they use for every like all like the Counter-Strike games and stuff. It's been on the same freaking engine since
It's the same thing with
there's-
Battlefield 2.
yeah, the Source engine or whatever. Been
Yeah,
on
the
the same
Frostbite
thing for
engine.
20 years, bro. Yeah, Frostbite.
Yeah.
Battlefield's been using Frostbite for Lord knows how long.
I mean, they get little
It's-
updates here and there, but it's still the same engine. It still looks pretty much the
Yeah.
same from game to game.
People just if you learn anything about the COD community, if you've been here long enough, you learn as the longer it goes and the more like younger generations that get into the Call of Duty scene, the more complaining that's come about. Because I mean, I remember complaining about COD, but not to this extent that I've seen. Maybe because social media is just more amplified these
Yeah, it's
days.
definitely a social media thing as well.
Oh,
So people can
100%.
just like voice their opinion on Twitter and say whatever they want to say and just be like, wah, this game sucks. Wah, I'm gonna go play another one. Wah. Just
I think it's
I
more
don't
so
know,
the
people
pro
can say their
players.
stuff.
Like the pro players complain, and then the people who support the pro players just totally agree what they agree
I
with.
mean, everyone has their right to speak their own opinion. That's fine with me. But like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the COD community can just never really be happy with certain things. I don't know. Just
yeah.
always finding something to complain about, no matter what. It's like just give them a little bit of credit, because I think they did a perfect job with the zombies. The zombies, like I said, it's the best zombies I've played in like a decade. Honestly, so much fun. I'm really excited to see where they go with the new story because it's going to be a whole new set of characters now, and not going with Richtofen or Nikolai or any of those guys for the zombies. And there's just going to be a whole new arc of zombies starting this year. So I'm pretty stoked for when they release more content for zombies, honestly. And then
hmm
just pub wise, again, pub wise for me, maps is really just going to determine how much pubs I play. I mean, I'll still grind out stuff when new guns come out and whatnot, but you know, if there's some good maps, you could probably catch me on Cold War a lot more, to be honest. So
Yeah. I think more maps and we'll be fine overall. So, boys, you think
yes,
you got
sir.
anything else?
I do want to say one thing
Uh,
because probably there's a lot of people that are still in school and stuff and don't really know about the working field. But I
Ooh.
gotta say, for Treyarch to be working during the COVID situation,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh man.
props to them for what they're doing. It's
Honestly.
so difficult to work from
How
home.
much time they actually had, or extra time they probably had to put into this because of the COVID stuff going on, dude.
And especially
even
for how
wanna
many
know.
for how many people have had to work at home too and not be at the studio
Yep.
collaborating with people. I think that's the
Right.
biggest thing. It's like for people that work and collaborate
100%.
with people on a personal level, Like you're doing it from online. I think. I mean, like especially for developers, they're so closely in tune with their team and everything.
It's all a
Mhm.
team thing.
It's all
So
team, especially at Treyarch. I mean, we've seen Vaughn say like we're a huge team. We love each other. We support each other, and just like you said, no,
so it makes
but
his game so great.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
regardless if you liked Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3 more than the other, I still think he hasn't made a really bad game. I mean, even since World at War is my favorite Call of Duty. I've liked every Treyarch game since it's come out. You know, I some of them haven't been my favorite games or more of my least favorite games, but I will say I have enjoyed parts of Treyarch games just about every time they come out with one. So I can't knock him. Honestly, he's doing something right if he's making this many games with the same
Yeah,
team.
I think people get a little blindly like Vaughn does everything, but I mean everyone there has done a great job. I mean from like the
Mm.
from the map designers. I mean a lot of people bash the maps, but I think overall they're not too bad. But from the gun designers, have you guys heard the sounds in this game for one sec?
Yeah.
Like the
Mhm.
the
Really
sound
good.
design is great in this game. That's one thing I really noticed, but that's just a small little thing that I nerd over. But other than that, I think the game's fantastic.
I
But we
agree.
we
It's
got a
fun.
great
It's
year
good to have a
coming.
COD that's actually fun. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see from 6 months from now if we still think this, but I
Yeah.
think we will.
right?
Yeah. But guys, we're gonna end it there. This has been a fun episode. I mean, talking about a lot of the things we don't like about the game, talking about things we like about the game, the changes we want to see, changes we don't want to see. But hopefully, we get some of them we asked for, and who knows. But thanks, guys, for watching Beyond the Sticks. We will catch you guys sometime soon. Later.
Deuces.